Another thing to take note of in terms of strategic threats and games for the victories itself, in terms of strategic threats, is that not all threat types are equal. Some are more valuable than the other. Let me just show you some of them. Okay, so I'm just taking a relative scale. It's not something for you to take it as an absolute. Okay, so usually if you are the red player and you are the first player itself, you need to take note that most of the time your odd threats are usually more powerful than the diagonal threats that you create, and which is also more powerful than the even row threats that you create. So to give you a bit of revision, odd threats are usually found in the first, third, and fifth row. Okay, first, third, and fifth. Even rows are from the second, fourth, and the sixth row itself. Okay, so now that you got all of this, you get to know that for the red player, usually odd threats are more powerful than the diagonal threats, followed by the even row threat, which is the least valuable itself. And if you're the first player, you want to be able to remember this. Okay, if you are the yellow player, which tends to be the second player, you want to remember that most of your threat types are a lot more equal, because you're the second player and you are the player that tends to react to the first player itself. Okay, yeah. Next is to really take note of some of the other relative values of threat types, which is that those threats that are at the lower row, they are usually more powerful than the higher row threats, because when you play the Connect 4, it's by gravity, you see. These will fall to the bottom first, then the top. Yeah, so the lower row, usually the lower row will hold more value than the higher row itself. Okay. Next is the central columns. Now, central columns, this is important because when you play these at the central column, there is somewhere over here. This is the most central column, followed by the second one over here. If you play around here, what happens is that you are able to correlate diagonals in many ways. Okay, so if let's say if you play your D's over here, these D's can only correlate to this diagonal here, here, and here, only one way. But let's say if you play the D's, let's say this way, at the central column here, it can correlate diagonals here and here. Similarly, if you play a D's over here, the diagonal is over here. See? And you can even correlate vertical and horizontal, but that's beside the point. Most importantly is the diagonals that you can create that create surprising moves. So central column D's and spaces are usually more powerful than the one at the sides itself. Okay, so these are some of the things that you want to take note of. In the next video, I will show you which are the diagonals that are more valuable than the others. So stay tuned for the next video. Okay.